Hi everyone and welcome back to our Kruger Adventure Part 2. Join us as we are heading to Berg-en-Dal and then Lukimbi Safari Lodge.
I am.
Are you?
I'm very much enjoying it.
Whose birthday is it tomorrow?
I don't know.
Whose birthday is it tomorrow?
There's plenty of people with birthdays on 10 August.
Whose birthday is it tomorrow?
I don't know.
Whose birthday is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's yours, I know.
Good morning, everyone. Little trip update for everybody. We are sitting at the top of Steilberg. There's a little viewpoint up here, and the view is absolutely incredible.
It's beautiful.
We got up at about 20 past 5 this morning.
Yes, it was still dark.
It was still dark. Did our mandatory ablutions, and then made a quick cup of coffee, filled up the flask for the road, packed our little coffee bag, and went out for an early morning drive. Not really much of a sunrise this morning. It's still quite cloudy, same as yesterday, but we've been really enjoying our little morning drive so far. It's quite, well, I suppose the name indicates that it's quite steep going up here.
Yeah.
But it was good fun, and now that we are at the top, it's absolutely worth it. You can see you just have an amazing 360-degree view, which is stunning.
We also saw some ellies right here, almost at the top, which was a big surprise to me that they can climb this high. Ari told me, no man, they're 4x4. And now I know that as well.
would discuss a bit of the budgeting involved in a trip like this. Something everybody has to keep in mind, of course. So basically, we're trying to do it at as low a cost as we possibly can. We are getting married next year March, so our budget really is quite tight at the moment. So we did try and do this with costing us as little as possible. So first of all, there will always be in a budget for a trip is fuel costs. And the way we did it is we worked out the average consumption for the Ranger behind us, knowing in the park that it would be more economical than on the long road, especially being fully loaded. We also know that it's got an 80-litre tank. It's stock standard. I haven't changed anything to it. And we worked on about 8 k's to the litre, and worked out our budget for fuel that way, which came to about 3,000 rand. We are currently sitting at about 2,200. I've used probably, I'd say, 1.5 tanks, no, 1.25 tanks to get here, because we filled up in Hoedspruit, which cost us 1,700 rand, but that
It wasn't quite that empty.
it wasn't that empty yet. I still had a quarter tank left. And then we came in. We also filled up before we left, obviously.
Always.
Yeah, but in Lepalale we get discounts at a local fuel station there, so that to fill up cost me about 1,800.
We'll probably fill up again when we go back.
Yeah, we'll fill up again in Malalan, which will probably cost us another 1,000 or so, seeing as it's not empty.
Also get quite nice kilos when you're driving, like 40, 50.
Yeah, no, consumption in the
Yeah.
park hasn't been bad. I've been averaging about 11 k's to the litre.
Just some hills that we climb, we can see it.
Yeah, you
Going
can
up.
obviously going uphill. It's not great, but what can you do? Then food costs. So while we are in the park, obviously there are food costs. We got quite lucky with this trip, having friends in this sort of area in the industry. The first night we spent in Polokwane, we ate for free because it was with family. And then also the last 2 nights of our trips, we're staying at Lukimbi Safari Lodge, which is where I used to work. And also there we don't have to pay for any of our meals. So basically we have to cater for ourselves for 4 nights.
So before we go on the trip, we'll usually make a nice list on what we plan to eat, and what we eat for breakfast or brunch or lunch, depends on your choice. We usually like to do a late brunch, and then we'll braai in the evening.
Yeah.
We like braaiing, especially when we're camping. It just sets the mood. So before we go on the trip, we'll usually figure out what we are going to eat and what we will need, and then we make a list and work around from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing that we really struggle on budgeting on, because food prices at the moment are absolutely crazy in South Africa, and prices also go up and down, so it's very difficult for us to budget. So basically we just make a list of what we're going to do beforehand, and we go out and buy it, and then that's our budget.
And also it depends on what your choice is to eat that evening. We are happy with just a steak for each. We usually buy a big one and just cut it in half, and maybe a garlic bread with. That's all.
Yeah,
that's enough for us.
or
Other
just a
people
salad
would like salad with, or so it depends on your preference. So you can plan what you can spend and what you like to eat.
Yeah,
what you would like
exactly.
to eat.
Then the other thing, obviously, while in the park, is accommodation costs and fees and so forth. So I've got the the reservation Sandpark sent us, we booked online. If you book online, you do get a little bit of a discount from Sandparks.
You also get the option if you want to pay the conservation fees
Online
online
or
when
in
you
the
do your
park.
booking, or when you enter the park here and at check-in. We chose the option of paying it online with our accommodation. We thought it might be easier as well. So basically, when we check in, they just give us a stamp that we are here, and we come and get our camping spots here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2 nights at Skakuza cost us a total of 817 Rand. Now that's including discount online discount. And then again, the same for Berg-en-Dal. It was 817 Rand for the 2 nights camping. Now, I know that might sound like quite a lot, but one thing you can bear in mind is if you book one campsite in Kruger National Park, you are allowed to have 6 people on it.
So it's a once-off fee. It's not per person.
Yes. They will charge you extra, however, if
it's an
all
extra,
those people arrive in different vehicles.
yes.
So
If it's an extra car, yeah.
So you pay extra money for extra vehicles, and
yeah.
that's about it.
So basically, you can still pay the same amount as we paid, but you can have 6 people on here. So
Yeah.
the more the merrier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in total, then basically our accommodation was 1,634 Rand, which I feel for 4 nights camping is
It's not that bad.
pretty reasonable. I mean, divide that by 2, so it works us out at about 815 odd Rand,
Yeah.
817
And even if you're
per person.
4 people, if you divide it by 4, it's much less.
Yeah. So the more you are, the cheaper it gets.
Yes.
The big one, though, with it being sandparks and camping in sandparks, is they do charge you conservation fees. So for our 4 nights camping, the total conservation fees charged was 920 Rand.
Which is,
It's steep.
yes. Yes.
But to be fair, all of that money goes to good use, and it goes
does.
to help fight rhino poaching and elephant poaching and
And
all
keeping
the
the
things like that.
park in maintenance.
Yeah,
and
maintenance costs.
yes.
And so I feel like that's actually something very important, and I never mind paying the conservation fees because it gets put to good use. And then there's a community fund of 16 Rand 34 cents, which, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what that is.
You can also bear in mind if you have a wild card.
Yes, that's true.
You don't pay entry fee into
Yeah,
the
you
park.
don't pay the conservation fees.
Unfortunately, our wild cards expired last year, and we haven't.
Yeah,
For
we
some
haven't
reason, we
gotten
haven't
around to renewing
gotten
it for
around
some
to renew
weird
it.
reason.
So we paid a fee to come in. But if I were you, and I would go to parks often, a wild card is the best way to go.
Definitely.
The best way, money well spent.
Definitely, yes.
You save a lot of money as well if you're a regular camper on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the total cost was 2,570 Rand 34 cents. That's including conservation fees, camping, the community levy for 4 nights. So you want to do it a little bit cheaper? Bring your friends along, bring your family along, and then just come though and enjoy it. Don't wait until you've got the perfect camper trailer or the perfect mattress for your stretcher or just a stretcher in general. Just come, because it's absolutely stunning and it's beautiful. And so, chef, what's on the menu tonight?
Braai pie with leftover steakies and cheese Russians, and I also added some nicely fried bacon and mushrooms and onions. Oh, and a bit of tomato with a nice cheese on top.
Looks amazing.
Hi everyone, we were just finished packing up our campsite at Berg-en-Dal. very nice campsite. We had some monkeys this morning that almost stole our sugar, but luckily we got it back. We are on our way to Lukimbi Safari Lodge. Very excited. Our last 2 nights will be there. Very nice way to end a camping week, huh? A nice in luxury.
Yeah, ending it in a bit of luxury.
Yes, yes, but we are very privileged to have gotten a room there.
visit.
No, we don't buy it.
Just gotten up. Well, Elska's been working. I've just gotten back from a nice little game drive here at Lukimbi. We are on our way to go have breakfast now. Got it. It was an awesome morning drive. A little bit quiet overall, but we started the morning with a very nice wild dog sighting, with pups as well. Not the smallest pups I've ever seen, but it was still very cool. And now we are on our way to go have a brekkie. It's a lovely morning. No clouds or anything this morning. I'm filming again.
But did you?
I did. There's a little space for us. Have a look at the breakfast spread here. Cereals, yogurts, fruits, pastries, cold meats, and then of course a hot breakfast coming from the kitchen. Everybody, little trip update. We've spent our last night at Lukimbi Safari Lodge. We've been there for 2 nights. It was an absolutely incredible experience. Life of luxury on a budget. Really sad to have to leave this morning because of course today is the big day of driving all the way back home. Be going out at Malalaan Gate, just quickly grabbing some fuel in Malalaan, and then we've got pretty much a 7 to 8 hour drive all the way back to Lephalale. We'll be going through Nelspruit or Mbombela, and then we'll turn off at Belfast. We head towards Marble Hall, Berg-en-Dal, Modimolle, and then back to Lephalale. So yeah, we've got a long stretch ahead of us. But we are still excited to get back home and see our family and our little dog that's waiting for us back home. So it's been a really good trip. It's been a good amount of fun, and I think it's been an escape that we both needed. Yeah, so happy days. Alright, so safe to say we made it back home safely. It's been an absolutely amazing trip. From Lukimbi Safari Lodge this morning all the way back to Lephalale, back to home, took us about 7.5 hours. It is a bit of a stretch. The road quality is quite decent. There are patches where they are doing road works and stuff like that, so that can sometimes be a little bit annoying, but is what it is. Bums are tired, busy unpacking now. Just got all the most important things out the fridge, and clothes and all sorts of things like that, because Elska and I both start work tomorrow, so we got to get those things sorted. Rest of this, the tent, the ground sheets, the stretchers and tables and so forth, I will all unpack tomorrow morning tomorrow afternoon after work. Somebody over here is very happy that we are back.
Hello, Riley.
The lady of the house. We're home.
We are, thank. I was getting very uncomfortable because we were driving for so long and my legs started to get numb again. And my back started to get sore, but luckily it was worth it.
It was absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
At Lukimbi Safari Lodge, last night they're having a boma night, and we all sat around with in the boma with lots of fire and lanterns just to set the mood, and then the staff there started singing traditional songs and dancing and they sort of pulled everyone in to dance along around the fire, so I danced along around a fire last night. But like the whole vibe of it, and it was amazing. It was so amazing how they just include you. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so we left Lukimbi this morning at about 8 o'clock. It takes about an hour to get from the lodge to the actual Malalan gate where we exited. But of course it's in the park, so it's a very pleasant drive. Lukimbi, because we left before all the other game drives got back and all the other guests, they were kind enough to provide us with lunch packs for the road. So at least we had something to eat, which saved us a little bit of time, obviously, because we didn't have to stop anywhere to get food. Only stops we had to make was, I think, twice or 3 times to empty our bladders. But yeah, it's been a very, very good trip overall. We're very, very happy with how it went. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with us. It's our first one. We're gonna keep trying to make them, hopefully on a regular basis. But yeah, any suggestions, put them in comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share our channel. We're very passionate about the bush, and we really do hope to show more people what we do.